Welcome everyone to this video. I have not posted a video for, I don't know, since Christmas Day, just the day before Christmas Eve. I have been quite disturbed by the fact that I may have put out some information that was incorrect. At the same time, I'm okay with being wrong. I think if we don't make statements that put our foot out, you jump outside of the box sometimes when you're doing this alternative energy research. And if you're not brave enough to make the statement, I'm going to attempt this, then you probably will never attempt it. You probably will never succeed in a lot of areas that you weren't aware you could succeed in. Now, in my last video, if you check, I stated that this arrangement apparently had become self-charging. I probably should have investigated that a little bit further, because I wasn't actually doing an experiment. This setup here was, I used it to make a video. I then put it to the side on the bench. It sat there for, I think it was 3 weeks, just running. So I left it running. That's the convenience of this circuit, even though I may have been wrong. However, this current arrangement is proving that I may have been right. I've been delaying doing this video for days, like literally weeks, because I've been doing the tests to try and replicate it. So one of my subscribers, Guardian Engraving, I believe his name is, has done a replication. I'll leave a link in the description to his replication of this circuit. And I was under the assumption, that we get to around about the 2-week mark like I saw, and I started to see the voltage increase on the primary battery, on the serial battery bank, and was confused. Initially I thought it was a meter, and then I set the thing back to work. I think I drained it for a period of time because I believed it might have just been a potential voltage error. And so I set the circuit running, drained it, then put it back to the way it was, and it started to repeat that action. Now, because I wasn't doing an actual experiment, it was just literally sitting on the side of the bench, and every time I walked past it, I would curiously wonder, what was going on. I started to notice the lights dropping and that sort of thing, and that's what led me to look at the voltage of the serial bank. I incorrectly made the assumption that it was the circuit doing its own thing, and I had forgotten that about 2 weeks in, I had, for one 24-hour period, I had connected up an extra battery. I'd heard about, or I'd read about, using this system, that when we use the transfer method, and this negative rail has the potential to power a lot more loads than what would be conventionally acceptable. So now, even in this case, not to diminish the efficiency of this circuit in general, if I disconnect that connection there, we should see a return of the voltage passing through the green LEDs. What did I just do there? I completely disconnected the whole circuit then. Okay, so I had made that incorrect assumption that it was these LEDs which are responsible for the amazing efficiency of just that circuit as it is there. So it's not to be underestimated how amazingly different. If you take all of these LEDs, connect them up to a what would be so a 6-volt battery minus the 1.2 volts of this battery bank here, so we're looking at the 4.8 volt. If you were to connect that up to what have we got, 12 LEDs here, and then this one here, so 13 LEDs all in parallel, the amperage consumption is through the roof. If you connect them up in this manner, it is next to nothing. I'm talking for the entire 13 LEDs, we're looking at a maximum consumption of under 5 milliamps. Comparatively, like a conventional sense will give you, it'll probably be in the order of maybe 100 milliamps. So that's not to underestimate. We shouldn't underestimate, therefore, the capacity of this system and the potential benefits that we can gain from it. I just shouldn't have made the mistake of making an assumption that once you leave this thing running for X amount of time, it starts to attempt to charge itself. I was reluctant to do it, and I think if you even look at the title of that video, I think I put a question mark there. If I didn't, I should have. Because and doing this in real time, this experiment is done in real time. I was not made aware of this that long ago. It's probably over a year now, or it's probably over 2 years now. But I'm still discovering the benefits and how this system operates. It is not normal. It is not in your textbooks. So the only way you're going to really do this is by doing the experiments. And as Guardian Engraving saw that in his replication, which was brilliantly done, I might add, was that these tests take so long. And as I mentioned to him, I never thought we'd be in a position where I would be complaining that the circuit was too efficient so that I could get my results faster. I need it to be less efficient and chew more power, and then I can get my data quicker. I just never thought that would be the case, but that is the case with this circuit. Don't believe your education. Just take a look at that. That is it in a nutshell, minus the fact that we've only got 6 LEDs in this, and I just couldn't be bothered jumping back on the computer to draw out the other 6. However, I've written that there's 12 green LEDs connected in parallel. They're all in parallel on that negative rail. So just do it like Guardian Engraving has done. And I'm glad he did it because it pointed out to me that I'd made a mistake. So the mistake for me was forgetting that I had done this. I had placed a battery. Now, I won't supply the schematic for that just yet because I still don't know what I'm doing here. And this is a live test, so to speak. Some of my other work I've completed years ago, and I'm pretty much solid on that. I still every now and then discover new things that I was unaware of with some of my circuits, and that's great. But this one is evolving. Now, I could wait, like I've just done for the 3 weeks or so since my last post. Or with this one, I could ask people watching this to give me the advantage of me declaring I'm not fully aware of what's going on here. If you're happy to receive possible what if videos like this one is, with no concrete evidence, no concrete science, and we'll just leave this thing going and we'll see what happens. If this pans out to be nothing and I'm wrong again, great, not a problem. So this is the only adjustment. Once Guardian Engraving did his replication, I was then made aware of the fact that something else had gone wrong, and went back and thought about what I had done. Because it wasn't a set experiment that I was running, I didn't have any intentions, I had no plan, it just sort of happened ad lib. So I went back and thought about, well, what did I do that's different here? Guardian Engraving's replication was perfect. There was no fault there. So it had to be something I did. And I just remember that one day where I did connect this extra AA battery, because I had read about charging extra load on the negative rail. So that's it. That's where we're at. When I started... so I've just tried a whole heap of different configurations over the past few weeks, going, just really racking my brain trying to work out what did I do. It's possibly a good idea just to take notes when you make adjustments to your experiments. I usually do that stuff when I've determined what it can and can't do. However, you get to a point with so many different variables that you're left there standing, questioning yourself, did I already try that? Is that something I thought of before and I never implemented? It's just a minefield of what if. And, sometimes I'm not in a position to carry out the physical side of that what if. I'll have the idea. Sometimes I write them down. Sometimes I expect myself to remember them, which is not a good idea. You should always write these ideas down. They may seem trivial to you at the time, but months down the track, if you go over them, they may be relative to what you're currently working on. So we'll leave that one there. When I started, this voltage was 4.8, so it is climbing. Yeah, I'm not sure, and I'm just going to have to become comfortable with that. And I'll just keep updating these posts, and we'll see where this thing goes. Please don't underestimate the potential of the transfer system and its normal utilization, because it is beyond phenomenal. And had this concept been applied over the last 120 years that it's been around for, this is a super old concept, over 120 years. Within that 100 to 120 years, for sure, people were using this, and then for some reason, we were no longer told about it. We were no longer taught about it. When you went to school or you went to your electronics classes, this was deliberately left out of the equation because it makes them no money. Thanks for watching. Please like, share and subscribe. I'm going to be making some videos straight after this one. I'm going to be making another one. Hopefully I'll try and get them all up, posted today, and get back on the wagon and start posting as many videos as I can, because again, for this one, I'm of two frames of mind. Do I leave it and wait till I know? What happens if something happens to me in the meantime? Then, other than other people researching it themselves, it'll never get out there. So I'm going to take a new approach to it. I'm going to declare I don't know everything about this, and I don't know everything about my other circuits either, but I've got a better understanding of those than I do of this. So I'm going to declare that, and we're just going to run with it. Please like, share, subscribe. Have yourself a nice day.